So hey guys, welcome back to another interesting podcast. Today we have Khali sir, as you know guys, and today we will talk about how you can get job in Malaysia. We will especially target Malaysia country. If you are thinking to job in Malaysia, like how can I get job? How can I apply in Malaysia? What will be the interview process? What salary I can get? What will be the work culture in Malaysia if I doing job as a software engineer in IT company? So we will talk about it in this podcast. You know, guys, this podcast will very special and useful for you. So let's get started. Thank you so much, Khalid sir, for your timing. Please, over to you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you again. So this will be my second one, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's get back to it. So the question is how to apply for a job in company in Malaysia, right? Well, Malaysia, like any other country, there are process and procedures, there are laws, there's immigration, and so forth. But before you even come here, you could be going through an agent in your own country. So sometimes there are agents who recruit for specific talent, right, in a specific area for a specific company or multiple companies. So if you can go through an agent, which is all well, okay? You can also go direct to a company, okay? So how do you go direct to a company? Well, a company might have someone in your country that they want to outsource something so that they can take you to another country, okay? It has happened to me before. So direct with the company contacts you for a specific position in your country, and then they take you somewhere else, or sometimes directly, okay? That's very rare, but it happens. Another way is you yourself, you apply to that company. Because these days, every other major company, they have a career section in their website. You can go to their website, go to the career section, and search for specific title, specific country. Yes, you can do that. And then you can see what are the listings for that company in that country. And then you can apply, okay? Thirdly, you can also have headhunters. Okay, headhunters is agents. So, but they work a bit different. Headhunters is more like they're being paid for every person successfully taken to a company. So how do you get headhunted? You get headhunted by marketing yourself, having a LinkedIn account, have a resume online, have a presence online. Okay, so you can there are some headhunters who go to GitHub. GitHub is where you have your source code. They will search, and then they will look for specific people, and then they target you. Okay, so you can get headhunted. So remember, having online presence is very important. The other part is outsource company. It's the same thing as someone else doing the job for the company. So they outsource to get the manpower. Clear, right?
Clear, sir. Okay. So, sir, like another question is, till now we know how we can approach to company. And sir, if I get message or like some interview schedule, so how to prepare for interview?
Okay. To prepare for interview is quite straightforward. Okay. You will hear mostly online, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to be this, it's not really true in a way. You are dealing with humans, yes? You're not dealing with robots. So having those instructions, thinking that will be applicable to that, is not really true. There are some people who are friendly, there are some people who are not friendly. There are some people who, even if they are friendly, they had a bad day. So if they had a bad day, you will have a bad day also. So how? I will tell you, number one, to listen. Look and listen. Look to who you're talking to. Listen look how they handle themselves. Okay, if they're aggressive or they're humble, then you will know how to take your way in life. Why? Because we deal with different people, different emotions, and also different cultures. Some people do not like to be interrupted. You have to wait till they finish their sentence, then only you ask questions. So again, these things you cannot be taught. These things you have to learn to observe and be analytical. Okay? So that's the first thing that you will not get online. I'm telling you directly from years of experience. The others are the ones that you hear. You must be prepared. You must be early 10 minutes before the interview. You must know your knowledge domain. You must do research on the company so that if they ask you, you know how to talk. Again, this all comes back to marketing yourself. If you want to apply for a specific job, you must know about the company and you must know about the job. And the main important thing is what or how are you going to contribute to that company. Those things you have to do research. Okay? Then when you go to specific knowledge, like if you're doing specifically IT, you must know what you're talking about. So if they ask you a question, you answer. How? You need to do preparation. So if you're fresh grad or if you have 5 years experience, you still need to prepare. There's some things I need to refresh. So you have to spend time and learn, relearn, and then you go and answer questions. Okay? And the most important thing, if they ask you something and you don't know, say, I know a bit or I forgot about it, but it's something I can catch up very easily because, never lie. If you go for an interview and they ask you a question and you pretend to be smarter than you are, or you think that person who's asking you a question doesn't know what they're doing, you understand, they won't take you. Like I personally, when I ask questions, I'll prefer the candidate, they tell me, sir, that's a good valid question and I should know, but to be honest with you, I did it like 2 years ago. Right now I do not remember it. But if I were to research immediately, like for instance, I ask you programming, patterns that you know. I'll give an example, okay? I will share my screen.
Sure.
So programming patterns are more like design patterns.
Yeah, design pattern. Okay.
So design patterns, there are a lot in object-oriented. And if you are asked, this is something very common. How many can you remember?
Very few, sir.
Yes, at most maybe 2 or 3, right? Right now, if you ask me, I'll tell you 2 or 3 because those are the things that I use and reuse most of the time. You understand? So this is a very common question, right?
So, sir, let's move on to next question. So, sir, how is work culture in Malaysia?
Okay. So again, we are going back to the analytic part. Okay, there are some things you will learn on the internet, some things you learn from your colleagues, some things you learn from your friends. But again, you have to learn, study the market, study the area. You have to be analytical. So if you are to target and say Malaysia, well, Malaysia is a multicultural, multiracial, and multi-religion, right? So there are 3 major groups. The first one is Malays, okay? The second one is Chinese, and third one is Indian. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. If you come here, you feel at home.
Okay.
Yeah. Most areas or states, they will find like most areas is mixed. Some will have more Indians, some will have more Chinese. Even though it's mixed, but there is that preference of specific areas. If you come to KL, maybe you'll find a lot of maybe Chinese. Some areas is mixed. So if you are to go to another area of KL, same area, you'll find a lot of Indians, a lot of temples. So yes, okay, it's multicultural, multi-religion.
Nice, sounds good. Okay, sir. So let's move on to next question. Like, what will be my salary in Malaysia for fresher, or if I have 5 years or 10 years some experience?
Okay, good, very good, valid question. Okay, I will share something so at least you can see, right? It's easy. Then I'll go deep and explain.
Sure.
So, salary, there's a big range. Okay, why? Because it depends on a lot of factors. But with immigration, that if you need a visa, it must be a specific type of visa. They have visa 1, 2, they are specific. So if you are to be like an expert with specific talents, like say programming, right? Your salary must start at 5K. 5,000 ringgit is around 1 lakh. Okay.
Okay.
That's a bit, it depends on the, okay. You can, again, research. So you can find a lot of these things. Okay. If you are to be in the beginner mid-range, this is mostly. Seniors, they always start from 5 and above. Okay.
Okay.
So meaning that by the time you come here, if you're a fresh grad, might be a bit hard.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the company needs to prove that they cannot find local employees, why they need foreign employees, a lot of things. You have to set up certification, you have to have experience and stuff like that. But there are cases whereby fresh grads might be taken in, I don't know, okay? But it's something that you can research. Okay. The highest paying location is Kuala Lumpur, because this is the major city, okay?
Yeah, capital, yeah.
Yes, it's capital. But again, when you go to the capital, the cost of living is also
high. Yes, right.
Other states you can see it's like that for developed, but it doesn't stop here. If you are an expert, you can go beyond this. Okay. For any part of management and above, you can go 10, 20. I've never heard of 30, but it's possible. Okay, if you are maybe TO and all that, right? Those positions are not easy to get. Developer part is very easy. Okay.
Okay.
Clear on the salary range.
Yes, sir.
Consider place to stay and place to eat, which also includes house chores. Who's gonna do your laundry and stuff like that. You need to prepare for rental deposit and utility deposit, because you have to have a house. So sometimes the company could help you do that. Okay. Sometimes you have to do it yourself. Okay. So meaning that for the first few weeks or months that you come here, you might be in a hotel, or you might be living in the company residence. It depends if they have. If they don't have, they have to put you somewhere, or you have to put yourself. These are the things you have to incur most of the time. Some companies, yes, they might, but most of the time it's because you're getting paid.
Yeah.
So it means that the initial cost of you coming here might be higher, Another thing to consider apart from all that, it's your mental state. Okay?
Yes.
You will have homesicknesses, you will have loneliness. So I encourage you not to be the type that goes to office, come back, sleep home.
Repeat. Like.
You will be bored, and worst case scenario, you might want to, harm yourself, right? So you don't want to do that. Do mingle. Yes, you'll find other Indians. Indians are everywhere here, right? Local and also from India. So don't worry about that. But the aim here is you as a person, be a whole, okay? Not an employee also. Live a white life balance, okay? Another thing is you have to remember your employment pass is tied to your employer. So who's ever giving you employment, they will give you a visa, and that visa will be under them. Okay. If you are to leave them, you have to get a new visa from another employer.
Okay.
So there are some companies are good. There are some companies, again, you have to be careful when you are given a job description. You read everything. Okay. Can you do this? If you cannot do, then you go and you tell them, okay, I'm suitable for this, but not this. And then you see if they tell you, okay, if you don't know, we'll take you to training. If they say, okay, if you don't know, then it's part of the requirement, we don't want you, then you have to be in a position to say either you're willing to learn or not to learn. Sometimes when you're given a job, it's not a blessing, it's a curse. So you have to, you have to pick. It's not about being choosy, it's about more like knowing what you can and cannot do. I give you an example. If you're given a job description, it's 6 pages.
Okay.
And you have 2 or 3 years experience, maybe 5. Now the first page is you're a developer for PHP, okay? You're also a developer of Java. You're also a developer for mobile, engineering, everything, okay? And then you're told you are the manager, you are the QA, you are everything, and then you have to do overtime. Okay, you understand?
Yes,
Does it
sir.
mean?
Yeah.
Yes. You're shaking
Okay.
your head means no, right? But I
Yeah.
can show you. I have that document.
Okay.
These things happened. Okay, I have experience a six-page JD. Okay, it's a nightmare. Okay, so but reason why they do that sometimes so that they can take you in. Okay, and sometimes maybe to lock you in, but just be careful, be wide open, right? Other companies are very direct forward. Okay, they will treat you very nice. Okay, you'll get all the benefits like everyone else. Okay, so you remember there's a contract employee and then there's a permanent employee. So contract employee is based on that contract. Permanent employee will be protected by the labor law. You understand? So if you come in as under contract, right? If anything goes wrong, they can terminate your contract very easily. If you are to come here, I mean, if you get your visa and then you have to come here, you can serve a contract of 2 years and then they can plus 1 year, 3 years. You understand? So companies, they will do that. They will have a fixed contract duration, maybe 1 or 2 years, it depends. And then after that, they can renew every 1 or 2 years. Okay. And this is based on the approval of immigration.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's very straightforward. Okay. Other thing to consider is you have to have a local bank account. Because you are earning money, you have to pay tax. So the money has to go somewhere. So they have to be black and white visibility, money trail. Where it's coming, where it's going. Okay. And depending on your visa, you might not be allowed to work on anything else. So yeah, you'll be tied. So some companies will tell you black and white, you cannot work anywhere else. Your visa is only tied to this company. That's the only company you've been approved by immigration. So you cannot work anywhere else. You cannot even do side jobs. So, because if you have to earn, you have to pay tax. You have to declare. You understand? So if you have to go into a position where you can start your own company, then yeah, you have to register that company. If you are a permanent resident, there are rules and regulations. Okay. Another thing to know is in Malaysia, if you come for the first 120 days, your tax rate will be 30%. Yeah. Because you are non-resident. So if you're non-resident, the tax will be allowed. Once you become resident, yes, it will be normal based on your salary range, like any other employee. I think those are the main points. If you have anything else you want to ask, feel free.
Wow, thank you so much, sir. I think I don't have any question because you clear all the doubts, like about the taxes, about the place where to eat, where to live, how to get job, like work culture, everything is clear, sir. Hope so, guys, you will also get very useful information through this podcast. If you get, like, kindly like this video and share with your friends so that they can also get important or useful information. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Thank you so much.
You're always welcome.